Stay with us, folks. We'll get back just after halftime to start the third quarter.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everybody. Ernie Johnson here alongside Kenny. You got to love the Tyson Chandler we saw in the first. He ended up with 22 points, 2 block shots, and 1 steal. And that's going to do it for now as the second half is almost ready to get started.
Welcome back, everyone, to the start of the second half. Big margin on our hands, but we'll see if that gap narrows down in the third and fourth quarters.
What a stellar outing in this one for Chandler. He has 9 rebounds, and his 2 blocks have given them a lift defensively.
No doubt about it. He's been a rim protector, and it's starting to get into the heads of their opponent.
So on the floor for Philadelphia, the lengthy duo of Noel and Embiid down low. Ish Smith is out there with Robert Covington, and it's Okafor in at the 3, the small forward. Shots good by Bledsoe.
And really, how about the quick release on that triple there, because he's given up a lot of height in that matchup.
Right on target you are, Greg. I mean, the quick release is what made the difference there. Any hesitation, and that shot is being blocked. Tell you what, guys, it was a bit of a mixed bag for Eric Bledsoe last season. Average career highs in rebounds and assists, those were the good parts. But for some reason, the field goal and three-point percentages dropped 30-plus points.
A nice shot by Knight.
This looks like a pregame shoot-around with all the threes they're allowing.
I don't know. There might be more defense in the warm-ups. Right now, these are just shooting game shots.
Kevin, I tell you what, when he gets to the rim like that, he's really hard to stop.
Yeah, he can get up a few notches higher. There's no doubt.
And that's how the game is played on the inside. You can play over the top. You've got a great advantage.
And talking about Eric Bledsoe, he took on a lot more responsibility last season, Greg, especially after the trades in Phoenix. He became the main focal point of their offense.
And you know what? It was his first year of kind of being the man. Signed a big contract coming into the season, and now there's a responsibility that goes with being the go-to guy. Eric has the talent to shine, though, in that role.
Here's Covington, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Covington's got 9.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
I tell you, we're taking a look at some real deficiencies defensively. I mean, they've given up 5 straight good looks in the paint.
And an open path to the hoop there. Easy bucket. We've seen that far too many times today.
Good ball movement here by the 76ers. Gets it to drop, and now he's shooting at a 5-for-8 clip.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
And, Greg, you know, the defense has been very slow to adapt. I mean, that's 10 straight points now inside. Boy, such outstanding patience and decision-making for them offensively.
Absolutely. Their ball movement has been outstanding, and they're piling up the assists.
And it's out of bounds. They say last touch by Bledsoe. A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. Here's Covington, Len with the block.
With the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in control of this game.
And no doubt about it, rebounding is an effort stat, folks. They've been more determined than their opponent thus far, having a lot of trouble stopping the three-point shot.
And they're not making up for it with their own shots from deep either, so that's a double-edged sword there. Rock hard finish there, guys.
And only one hand needed for that one.
Yeah, and sometimes that's all you need. That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
The Phoenix Suns weren't terrible at home by any means last year. They ended up over 500, but, Greg, they weren't quite dominant enough at home to get in the playoffs.
That's a great point. I mean, they finished the year +3 in terms of wins at home. Not bad, but not good enough when you're talking about that Western Conference.
The 76ers have knocked down 5 of their 9 attempts at the stripes tonight.
You know, when you talk about the Suns, their play at home sums up their season. When you are just above average in the West, you won't be in the playoffs. You've got to be really good at home to make it in the West in the playoffs.
And Phoenix had some turnover issues at home last year, but overall, and to drive this home, they just were okay here in this building, and that's not going to cut it.
Embiid dishes to Okafor. Down low, here's Covington. 6 for 10 with that shot going in. That's a good game for a lot of guys.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness, Greg. I mean, if they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
Smith against Bledsoe. Chandler kicks to Len. Finds himself wide open and drills it. Philadelphia's gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Got it. Number 7 on the night. 7 for 11 from the floor.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
Risky pass in a situation like that. Very lucky that wasn't a steal.
Fortunate to get it through. I thought he was headed the other way with that one.
There's 1:40 left in the third quarter. Chandler kicks to Booker, makes it off the glass. Booker's got 20.
He is setting this place on fire, fellas. His shooting has been off the charts.
For Philadelphia, they've gone 7 of 10 on their field goal attempts here in the third. Whistle blows. Yep, that's going to be a travel.
Just a boneheaded play there, guys. Plain and simple.
Well, tell me how you really feel about that, Greg. But you're right. I mean, mistakes like that will keep you from cutting deficits, no doubt.
Well, with Nerlens Noel coming out, we knew he'd be a plus shot blocker. He set the Kentucky single-game record with 12 in a game shot blocks. He also knew he had the chance to be a great rebounder, but we definitely knew he needed help with his shot, and that will continue on into next year.
Yeah, you know, he spent the year rehabbing that knee, but also spent that year correcting his shooting form. And we're not talking about just a tweak when it comes to shooting the basketball.
And, you know, going back to Nerlens Noel's shooting, the improvements to his form look really good. Even better is that he hit 60% from the line as a rookie. That may not sound like a great start, but at this stage of his development, that's great progress.
The shot by Night, no good.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
It's blocked. Booker the pass to Chandler. Outside for Bledsoe. Trains it from beyond the arc. Bledsoe's got 15 points in just the second half.
You know, one caution I have about Noel's improved shooting, you don't want him to fall in love with jumpers. He did shoot only 46% from the field last year. Conversely, DeAndre Jordan shot 71% because he dunked everything and kept his head under the rim. It's a fine line between improving your game and playing within your limitations.
That's good. And that's now 25 points for Brandon Knight.
They haven't been as aggressive from outside as they were in the first half. They're playing smart with the lead. I like that. They're being very selective and deliberate in their offense. That's a good strategy when you... Oh! That's how he makes his presence felt.
And we see him do it time and again. He is a special talent.
Sure is.
Hey, guys, as important as it is to go out and compete, let's not forget the entertainment element of this game. What an unreal finisher.
And that replay sponsored by Kia, the Kia Slam Cam, giving us a great look at that one.
It has been a 3-point barrage for them since halftime.
Not sure